furious battle rages in eastern Ukraine. The fighting is relentless. While in the south, progress is a metre-by-metre struggle. Summer was supposed to bring huge gains for Ukraine, but within days of it beginning, the counteroffensive was in disarray.
There was a core planning I was at where they had a perfect picture in which we cover 15 kilometres on the first day. During the battle, it became clear that we cannot physically advance any further than 1 kilometre.
As a commander on the front lines, Mykola Melnik saw it all unfold. He says the military planning was flawed and the Russians were underestimated.
The whole strategy was that the enemy would see us, get scared and start retreating. There were more minefields than we had on the maps, ambushes of anti-tank guided missiles that we did not foresee.
Lieutenant Melnik lost his leg in that fierce battle and is now undergoing rehabilitation. He hopes he can soon return to service with a prosthetic limb. There were high hopes for Ukraine's counteroffensive. The goal was to head towards the occupied city of Melitopol, cutting off Russian supply lines and giving Ukrainian forces a direct route to Crimea. But after months of fighting, the southern front line has moved around 15 kilometres. These troops from the 117th Brigade are taking a break from the front. Father and son Yevgen and Artur have been serving together for nearly 2 years. They say the slow delivery of Western weapons gave Russia too much time to build up their defensive lines.
The minefields they have built and the structures they have now are very serious. When we entered the enemy's position, their dugouts were blocked with rails and then reinforced with concrete.
Many of the troops in the 117th come from the civilian population. They even have a history professor.
There is time to study history and time to make history.
The head of Ukraine's armed forces has admitted the war has reached a stalemate, and Alexander agrees.
It's an information war, a war of drones. They see everything we do and we try to see what they do. It is impossible to break it.
With the counteroffensive grinding to a halt and uncertainty around the future of US military aid, there's been speculation that Ukraine could soon be under pressure to enter peace talks with Russia. But with nearly 20% of his country under occupation, President Zelensky is in no mood to negotiate. And there's no indication that President Putin wants peace.
Life in Kyiv is a world away from the front lines, but with increased casualties from the counteroffensive, more civilians from the capital will soon be sent off to fight. But courage and patriotism may not be enough to win this battle.
They have more tanks, more equipment, more aircraft, mines, more people. We can create anything we want, but our heroism will end sooner or later because we will run out of people.
A sobering assessment as the country prepares for another winter at war. Steve Cannane, ABC News, Southern Ukraine.